So today I decided to start a new series on my channel, which is solving Leetcode problems. And I know there's a lot of channels like that people are solving the problems. For example, I can recommend Nick White's channel, where he's solving the Leetcode problems. The difference though is that he's solving them using Java, and I know there's other people that are using on the YouTube that are solving these problems using Python. I honestly never found a JavaScript channel, so I decided why not. I hope that will help someone understanding those problems and learn new stuff. So the plan is to go through all of the Leetcode problems, and I know there's a lot of them. But I will try, and I'm gonna go through natural order like they have it on the website. Um, that means that I'm going to jump from easy to medium to hard and so on. But I'm gonna organize them in my channel in such a way that you can find the playlist for easy, the playlist for medium and hard, and also I'm gonna create playlists for trees, linked list, just some I don't know, recursion and stuff like that. So anyway, this is the plan, and let's start cracking all of those questions. So the first question I'm going to start with is apparently this one, which is easy to sum. Let's jump into it. And by the way, I created a new channel, sorry, not channel, it's new account on Leetcode, not my original account. So this is really fresh and new. So I'm gonna switch to JavaScript now. And let's crack this first question together. So given an array of integers, nums, and an integer target, return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution, and you may not use the same element twice. You can return the answer in any order. So in here we have these couple of examples. I'm gonna go through the first one so we all understand what is the requirement. So giving this array, nums array with numbers 2, 7, 11, 15, and the target number 9, we need to find two numbers that add up together 9, but in such a way that those numbers are not the same. So for example, if we have here 3 and 3 will give us 6, but we cannot use this 3 two times, right? So in this case, the output is 0 and 1, because index 0 is 2 and the index 1 is 7, which together gives us 9. So we have to return the indices, right, of those two numbers. And we will, I will try to solve this question two different ways. One is the brute force, easy one, and another one a little bit harder, but time complexity is a lot more efficient. So the brute force is going to be O of n squared, which is two nested loops, right? So let I equals 0, I less than nums length, I plus plus, right? This is the first, and then let j equal, sorry, not this guy, let j equal 0, j less than nums length, j plus plus. Okay, so we have two nested loops. Now what we need to do, we need to check if nums I plus nums j is equal to the target, right? So what this means is the value of this index, which on the first iteration is 0, and the value of this index, which again on the first iteration is 0, is equal to target, then we found our indices. The problem here though is that, as we can see, I is 0 and j is 0, so that that is going to give, we can end up with this specific corner case where when adding the number 2 times the same number, we are going to get the target, which is out of the requirements, right? So in this case, I just will check if I is not equal to j. So if I is not equal to j, and the sum of I and j, or not I and j, but the number behind the I and j indices add up to target, then I'm going to return an array with I and j indexes. And that's it. That's a brute force solution. Let's try to run this guy and see if that works. Okay, that works, and then let's submit it. Nice job. So as you can see, runtime is 264 milliseconds, faster than 12% of JavaScript online solution. Right, and 12% is probably not a really good number, right? And the reason for that is, again, this is a brute force solution. It's of n squared, and now we will try to solve it in more efficient way. So to solve it in more efficient way, we can use hash map to store all of our numbers in the array, and it indexes as values, right? So the numbers are going to be keys, and indices are values for those keys, and that will allow us to go through each of the element of the array and check if the current element minus target exists in our map, and if it exists, we can get that index and use it. So basically, if this is an example, so if our target is 9, right, and I'm going through, this is my for loop, right, and I have some kind of I. So if 9 minus nums I, for example, this scenario, 9 minus 2 is 7, right? So if 7 exists in our map, then we found our I, and then also we found the index behind that element in the map. So I know this is confusing a little bit, but when we start, you'll see. So first, let's create a map. So we are going to call it map, and then new map. Sorry, and you can use objects if you want. That's fine. I'm gonna use maps. Then first, what we need to do is we actually want to set all of those numbers into the map, right? So I less than nums length I plus plus, right? And this first iteration is going to be basically we take map and we are setting all of the items. As I said, the key is going to be the value, which is the number 2, 7, 11, 15, and the value is going to be the index, right? So, and that's it. So now we have a map which looks basically, if you can imagine it like an object, and we are talking about this array that's going to be 2, 0, right? And then 7, 0, and then, sorry, not 0, 1, 11, 2, and 15, 3, right? This is how the map is going to look. By the way, I like map more than object in this case, because you cannot, in the object, you cannot set a number as a key to an object, right? You have to, it has to be a string, so you have to convert to a string, and then but for the lookup, I don't think it matters anyway. You still will have to set it as a string, but then for the lookup it doesn't matter. For in maps you can set the key as anything, even the number. Okay, so now we have our map, and I will go through an array second time, right? I less than nums length I plus plus. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a variable or constant named num to find, and the num to find is target minus nums I. So remember what I told you, we want to find a difference between target minus, between the target and target minus nums I, which is in the first iteration, it's 2, right? Here. So target is 9 minus 2 is going to be 7. So we want to find 7 in the map that we just created here, right? And since we can just do lookup, and in this case I'm going to do map has. So I'm going to check if map has our num to find, right? If that's true, then what we want to do is we just want to return the I, which is right now is 0, and the number 2. And yeah, I want to return nums I, right? Because we want to return the value, the key. Sorry, in this case, the value. And then I'm going to do map get. So if we have it, I can get it, right? Oh, we want to return indices. I'm sorry, guys. So the indices. So right now our index is 0, and the num to find, and in this specific use case, is 7, and we get by getting the value in the map is going to be 1. So 0 and 1 are going to be our returned value. But also we want to make sure we removing that specific use case when we don't want to use the same number twice, right? Or the same index twice. So what we want to do, we want to make sure that I is not equal to map get num to find. And that's it. That should work. Let's try. Okay, that works, and let's try to submit. By the way, see, the last time we have 12% grading than everyone else, and this time 87.6% of JavaScript, faster than 87% of JavaScript online submissions. And I think that's a great result. That's it, guys. This is how we are going to go with these problems in the next videos. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment, like, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment. I'm gonna answer all of the questions. And see you guys next time. Bye bye.